rally tonight as one of the candidates on the SSP list. I'm sorry though if I seemed a bit distracted during Pauline's brilliant song there, because we're just filling out an expenses claim form for the election. We're going to give it to Jim at the end. He's our treasurer. Because I was down at Manchester at the weekend there. Don't worry, it was for a Morrissey concert. So I've just got my claims here. I've got my train ticket somewhere, I think. Train ticket. 6 cans of lager, they were on offer, that's only £3. 1 packet of Monster Munch, roast beef flavour. And once I get my dry cleaning back, my jacket back from the dry cleaner, I'll give you the bill, because I've got to get some kebab stains out. That might seem funny, or maybe not, to you. But why should I expect you to fund my lifestyle? And why does anyone expect people to fund the choices they make and how they live their life? Why, when an MP claims £1,300 for dry cleaning for expenses on the basis that, and I quote, "I do not have a washing machine in my house." Obviously not heard of a service wash or a laundrette. Or somebody that said it was a bargain, his expenses claimed for china plates, £625, because it was the end of January sales in which they bought them. And I've read this, I still don't understand it, but somebody who claimed £87,000 for rabbit-proofing his shrubs with that slang or something. Also today I saw there was a partner, one of the partners, a husband I think of one MP, who charges other MPs for advice because he's an accountant, and then they claim it back in expenses, including his wife. She claims expenses for getting advice from her husband over the dinner table. So if anyone wants some half-assed legal advice, are very reasonable, and we can claim it back from Jim. So what is this about, all this expenses, the drip by drip revelations of these MPs? What is it about? What does it tell us? Firstly, it shows us the revulsion that ordinary working class people have at the endless litany of expenses claims that are being made by all the main established political parties. Now, some of the papers, the posh press, have said it's a sheer triviality. Doesn't matter. Very small amounts of money that are being claimed. Is it just about the money? Or is it about a revulsion against politics and politicians? Is it just about these 600 odd MPs down in London getting carried away in a private club? Some people are arguing that, including I saw today, David Cameron says, well, it's just change a few rules and that'll make the whole system better. Or is it, as the SSP I would say would argue, a deeper phenomenon that's going on? That what we are seeing is the excesses of our economic system that we live in, the neoliberal capitalist system, reflected through its political representatives. Some say, believe it or not, the money isn't that much. MPs earn £65,000 a year, and, as we saw, expenses, i.e. food, drink, accommodation. I don't know what else you spend your wages on. So you get £65,000 plus expenses. It puts them amongst the top 10% earners in the whole of Britain. So to say that they're only, it's small amounts of money is ridiculous. What it represents is an arrogance and aloofness of our political leaders, our capitalist political leaders, that we can do whatever we want. That is the system that we live in. They can do whatever they want. Nothing they do has consequences. They're like a spoiled child, greedy in their pursuit of these expenses, greedy in their pursuit of power. We can do whatever we want. Now, the Scottish Socialist Party is different. Well, I would say that, wouldn't I? I'm a candidate for the European elections, and talk is cheap. But it's not just talk. The Scottish Socialist Party can look in pride at our tradition of having elected representatives. 10 years ago, in 1999, we got our first SSP member of the Scottish Parliament elected. 4 years after that, we had 5 more, including Francis, who's at the back there, elected to the Scottish Parliament. From day one of their election to the day that unfortunately we lost those seats, we claimed the average wage of a worker in Scotland and paid and did not take the full salary of the Scottish Parliament. Now, why did we do that? Why did we do that? Was it to save money for the state? Did we give all the money back to Parliament and say, well, you do whatever you want with that, we're just taking the average wage? No, we didn't. What we did is we used the rest of that money to fund SSP staff, offices, to put the idea of socialism into a concrete reality in many communities in Scotland. So we didn't do it to save money. What we did it for was about lifestyle. Because if you're an MSP or an MP or a member of the European Parliament and you live a lifestyle which means you can claim for everything, expensive claim for everything, you're earning 65 grand a year, you're in the top 10% earners, but you claim for everything. If you live that sort of lifestyle, it puts you in a cocoon away from the rest of us in society. If you do not live as the way most people live, you don't know that it's wrong to flip your houses about. You don't know that it's wrong to claim a grand's worth of dry cleaning bills and expect everything to be free. We stand for workers' wages for our representatives because we believe the way you live determines the way you think and the way you act, and we don't think that MSPs or MPs or MEPs should act any differently to the bulk of ordinary people in Scottish society. And what a lifestyle we could have had, or politicians are having, if they take the full wage of an MP. Before the credit crunch, that phrase that's been used on the TV for the last 2 years, has brought everything crashing down. The wealthy and the super wealthy have lived a lifestyle which we can't even imagine because the riches are so great.